Hello, all. Welcome on into your tarot spread for the week ahead. This will be for the week of July 6th, 2026. I'm back. I missed you all. I'm not conceited enough to think that you missed me, but maybe some of you did. Probably my mom. Um, at any rate, I am back from a much needed vacation, had a lovely time. I realized because of all the traveling I did in June, I missed out on using this wonderful deck for Pride Month. So allow me to extend your Pride Month celebration if you are one who celebrates Pride, and frankly we all should. Um, so this week we'll be using the Gay Marseille tarot deck by Charlie Claire Burgess, who is also the author and creator of the Fifth Spirit tarot deck, which is one of my personal favorites. So again, allow me to extend Pride Month a little bit here with our reading for this week. This deck is wonderfully colorful, wonderfully inclusive, wonderfully joyfully queer, as it says on the box. Not making that up, not being offensive. It really does say it is a joyfully queer tarot deck, and I concur with that. It really is. I love the backs of the cards here. Fantastic. And let's see what we've got going on this week for Monday, the week starting Monday, July 6th, 2026. Let's see. Oh, lots of friends jumped up to say hello there. Let's see. Got this, got this, got this. Three more. Oh, no, we need four more. Sorry, don't mean to cut our week short. Time is precious. Let's enjoy all of it. Anyway, I hope everyone is having a good summer so far. If you celebrated the 4th of July, I'm here in the USA. If you celebrated the 4th of July, I hope you had a fun and happy and safe festive 4th of July. Okay, there is that. Oh, there we go. All right. Much like the month of March, I feel like this reading is going to come in like a lamb, out like a lion, so to speak, with our energy. So let's start softly, shall we, with the Four of Swords. And this card invites us again to come in a little softly, a little quietly this week. We want to take some time to get quiet, get still, to rest, to kind of maybe set some boundaries that we need to set, to internally reflect, to know where we stand, and to know that we're guided. When we get still, we're able to hear that inner voice and that guidance. And so this week, we're really taking some time. It's a little bit more than just resting. It's a little bit more than just taking a nap. I feel like this week we really are setting boundaries where we can, protecting ourselves where we can or where we need to, especially our emotional, mental states. And we're listening to that inner guidance when we get still, knowing that we are in this great protected space. When we get still, we are able to listen to that inner guidance. We are able to release some of what may have been holding us back or bogging us down or hurting us. Maybe even some internal. This is a sword card, so it's air. It's our mental processes. It's our thoughts. It can be patterns of behavior. And just to know that if some of those negative things or some of those things that we feel shame about are coming up, this stillness is going to give us the space to process and release. And for Monday, we have the Chariot. And the Chariot is really about letting ourselves sort of, when we set the boundaries, we're able to be seen as we are. So sort of shedding our armor, shedding maybe some unnecessary masks we're wearing or unnecessary protections, different than the boundaries to protect our peace, protect our sanity, protect the energy we put out. These are more of an armor to keep from being seen as ourselves, an armor that keeps us safe but does not let us move forward. So with the Chariot, we're shedding that. We're taking that off, and we are being seen as our full self. We are being seen in who we are, and we are celebrating ourselves as that. We are celebrating ourselves for moving forward. We are celebrating ourselves moving into that next phase, that next part of our journey, and welcoming that with an open heart, welcoming that with an open mind, welcoming that as a necessary part of our transformation. And again, I feel like it does harken back to this Four of Swords, that once we set those boundaries, once we get quiet, once we get still, once we get into that internal focus and set those boundaries, we are able to comfortably be out as ourselves. We are comfortably able to be seen as ourselves on this journey. And that comfort, that willing to be seen, will take us, sorry about that, that will take us farther on this journey. That will take us to the next step. First Tuesday, we have Seven of Cups. And Seven of Cups, I think, has come up a few times in the past few weeks. And this really is about those choices we have available to us. The choices that we have to make. Maybe choices regarding these next steps of our journey. Maybe choices that come up when we have this internal reflection. Maybe when we set those boundaries and shut out things that do not serve us, we have choices that we can make about what does. We have choices about the next steps on our journey. We have choices about how we want to be seen. When we get rid of or ditch or let go of the unnecessary armor, that unnecessary mask, the unnecessary things that keep us hidden, we have so many more choices of how we proceed. We have so many more choices that open up for us in life because we're no longer afraid and we're no longer carrying that heavy weight of that armor that's not needed. And so Tuesday, we're going to evaluate those next steps. We're going to evaluate those choices. And we're going to know that not all of those choices are for us. Not all of those choices are the best choices. I guess a better way to say it would be that all of those choices technically are for us because they are presented to us, but we don't have to pick all of the choices. There will be some that are better than others. There might be one or two that are the best choice for us. And when we've gotten this clarity from our Four of Swords, from our stillness and our boundaries, when we've gotten that clarity, we'll be able to make the right choice. And we will be able to move forward in our true spirit, in our true self, in our true presence. And so Tuesday, let's pay attention to the choices that come up. On Wednesday, we have the Page of Coins or the Page of Pentacles or the Page of Discs. And this is about getting down to work. It's about, I love that this card, the person on this card is pictured as a farmer and digging in the dirt and planting and all of that, because that really is what we're doing here. We know what we don't know. We know what We want to invite in. We know we know that it will take work on the journey, but we also know we're just beginning. It's a page, not a knight, not a queen, not a king. So we are just beginning this journey. So this is the time to maybe make if it's a class you're taking, for example, make a study schedule. If you want to train for a 5K, this might be a time to investigate programs, different running programs, different running schedules that might work for you. If you've wanted to draw or paint more, start doing it. Start doing it. Know you're at the beginning. No one is going to be a genius the first time out. And if you are, more power to you. Go ahead and run with that. But for the majority of us, we are not going to be geniuses our first time out. We are not going to excel our first time out. And the Page of Coins tells us to take that time to know what we don't know, to know that we are likely to fail in the beginning, maybe more than we'll succeed. But there are lessons in that failure. There are lessons in the things that don't go right. There is strength to be built. There is knowledge to be built. There is so much present for us that we can learn. And we know that the seeds we plant today will come back to us. Those seeds are going to blossom. Those seeds are going to grow. Those seeds are going to expand. And really, all of this is going to open up for us and bring us this wonderful, using the farming analogy, this wonderful crop, this wonderful bounty, this wonderful abundance that we're going to have because we had the courage to start the journey, because we were willing to say, I don't know everything, but I'm willing to find out. I don't know everything, but I'm willing to start. And that's our message here for Wednesday. For Thursday, we have the King of Wands. And I love this card. King of Wands. This is power. This is fire. This is magnetism. This really would be a day. Let this shine. Let this shine. Let your true self out. Take that armor off. And Wands are fire, so this is a powerful card. This is the card of charisma and magnetism and really being in charge. You are in charge of your vibe on Thursday. You are in charge of your power on Thursday. And use this as an opportunity to lead and inspire others. Use this as an opportunity to show people how it's done. Be the example of what it looks like when you show up as yourself. Be the example of what it looks like when you start to make choices that are aligned with yourself and your inner guidance. Be the example, be the leader of what it looks like to passionately follow your dreams, to passionately start these projects, to passionately go after these things, even if even if you fail. Even if you're willing to fail, even if you're willing to say, I don't know everything, be the leader in going after it anyway. Sit on that throne of power and fire. And really, I think also as a king energy is very strong energy. As a king, especially a king of fire, shine that light on others. Maybe use your flame to light somebody else. Maybe literally, maybe you're into that, maybe not, I don't know, but use your flame to spark someone else, whether it's their creativity, whether it's their passion, whether it's just giving them a little bit of joy, whether it's like, making someone's day a little brighter. Even small things can make a difference, but use your light, use your flame, use your fire to help someone else. For Friday, we have the Hermit. Sometimes I really do think the tarot has a sense of humor because I feel like we've had a lot of power, a lot of motion, a lot of incidental starting and newness and power, energy and forward motion here with these cards. And on Friday, the tarot says, you know what, take some more time. In fact, maybe take a longer, deeper time to do more of this internal reflection. Take some time to get quiet. Take some time to get still. Take some time to really think about following that light, that spiritual path, that journey. This journey might be deeper than we think it is because of the hermit here. And the hermit really does encourage us to do a lot of really deep internal spiritual reflection. If there is a spiritual practice you've wanted to deepen, whether that's a traditional religious practice of some sort or a more outside the traditional religious realm of maybe meditation, maybe yoga, maybe, something like that. If there is maybe a literal journey you've wanted to go on to deepen your connection. If there is, if you believe in sending messages to the universe or the energy greater than you, this would be a good day for that. But really, it's about taking some time to pause, go deeper, let the hermit amplify this Four of Swords energy in this reflection and messaging we're doing, and take the time to go deeper with it. Take the time to really sit with it. Take the time to really, really go deep. And look for those guiding stars. Maybe look for those things that are a little outside of yourself that you can follow. Look for those hints, those intuitions, those coincidences, maybe that come up with some of these choices. And really take the time, again, to be still. Once we've set those energetic boundaries, we can be still and really hear the messages of the universe. On Saturday, we have the star, and I feel like the star goes right along with our Four of Swords and the Hermit. This is a card of deep healing. This is a card of peace. This is a card of hope. This is a card of balancing our inner and outer worlds. This is a card of being willing to be guided. This is such a beautiful card for us with this deep internal reflection, with this willingness to be seen and taking off the armor. And with just starting out, and also with this really powerful fire energy we've got here. Spoiler alert, we've got some more powerful fire energy finishing off the week. So for Saturday, let's kind of piggyback on our hermit energy and channel this star energy in a way that really brings us that peace, that hope, that guidance, that light at the end of the tunnel of knowing that this work we've been doing, this healing, this processing, this releasing, all of this work we've been doing, we're ready to let it go. We're ready to feel this hope. We're really ready to embrace this balance. We're ready to embrace this optimism. And we are ready to use the light of this guiding star and this internal reflection to move us forward. Even though we are at the beginning, even though there's going to be a lot of choices to be made, even though maybe we don't always feel like we're burning as brightly as King of Wands wants us to, that's all okay. That's all okay. And on Sunday, we have the Queen of Wands. So we have a king and a queen here. And the Queen of Wands really is, I always think she's more like sexy witch energy. The King of Wands is more like that charismatic, handshaking sort of, not businessman, that would be more of King of Pentacles, but like maybe rock star. King of Wands is sort of that like charismatic, loving the fans, interacting with everyone rock star. So it's more, to me, it's more of like an outward projection of this charisma and personality and energy. Queen of Wands is more like you're feeling your internal vibe. You're feeling yourself. And it really is about boosting your own confidence, boosting that security in yourself, boosting that self-love, and doing what you can to sort of project that. Wear your fanciest outfit just because. Wear, your red lipstick if you're into that. Wear maybe if there's a piece of jewelry you like to wear that feels like a powerful piece of jewelry to you, whatever that is. I mean, maybe even taking some time. I love that they've got a banjo here, so maybe taking some time to listen to a song that makes you feel powerful or makes you feel like, the vibes of yourself, that fire, whatever lights your own flame. In this, the King of Wands, we're lighting someone else's flame. In Queen of Wands, we're lighting our own flame. And on Sunday, we're taking the time to do that after a week of deep reflection and starting again or starting into a new journey of this part of our lives. It's a good time to get into that energy. And I love that for us. So remember, take that time for that internal reflection, set those energetic boundaries. Be willing to be seen in your true self. Shine your authenticity to get you to where you need to go. Make good choices. Be willing to admit what you don't know. Light someone else's fire. Come on, baby, light their fire. More time for some deeper internal reflection and healing and feeling into that energetic hope and peace that the universal guidance brings you. And then taking some time to light your own fire, whatever that means to you. We do have 3 major arcana cards in this reading, so these could be some big lessons that stick around for a while for us. But overall, this is a really powerful energy of being willing to be seen. And I think sometimes when we have that internal stillness and security, that gives us the strength to be seen and to have this power and to really shine that. Thank you, everybody, for watching. As always, comments, questions, anything like that, constructive comments are always appreciated. If you have something mean to say, please keep it to yourself. I am happy to be back. I am happy to be back doing the readings as much as I enjoyed vacation. And I will see you next week. Have a great week, everybody.